The world stands at the epicenter of a storm, on the verge of an unprecedented global spectacle. Trump's mysterious teaser on social media yesterday instantly set the global public opinion ablaze. Like a colossal boulder crashing into a tranquil lake, it sent shockwaves rippling through, captivating the world's attention. His announcement of an impending major revelation, concise as it was, became the focal point of global speculation. Everyone is left wondering, what game-changing move is Trump about to unveil? Authoritative sources from various quarters are piecing together the puzzle, gradually revealing the truth. Leading American media outlets, such as the New York Times, have been the first to catch wind of the key information. There is a high likelihood that this major news pertains to the results of the US-UK foreign trade negotiations. Since the United States launched an all-out trade war against the world, the global economic order has been thrown into disarray. Nations around the globe have been struggling to navigate through this turbulent trade tempest. If the revelations proves true and the UK becomes the first country to strike a deal with the US, the implications of this outcome will be far-reaching. For the US, it would not only mark a crucial victory in the trade war but also serve as a powerful showcase of its negotiation dominance on the global stage. It would send a strong signal to other countries, as if proclaiming, "This is the blueprint for cooperation with the United States." For the rest of the world, this agreement would become an essential reference for future negotiations with the US. The terms, compromises, and strategies embedded within it would be meticulously studied and emulated by other nations. Simultaneously, two other momentous events are in the works on the international stage, together shaping the grand backdrop of this global drama. In 2 days' time, the China-US meeting in Switzerland will take place. While China refers to it as meetings and discussions, emphasizing the amicable nature of communication, the US makes no attempt to hide its view of it as trade negotiations. This difference in terminology subtly reflects the nuanced divergence in their stances. As the world's two largest economies, every move China and the US make has a profound impact on the global economy. This upcoming meeting is undoubtedly a pinnacle dialogue in the global economic arena, and the whole world is holding its breath, eager to glimpse the future trajectory of the global economic landscape. Tomorrow, Moscow's Red Square will transform into a stage of history and glory, hosting a grand celebration and parade to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the victory in the Great Patriotic War. Leaders from 27 countries, including China, have already arrived one after another. Such an impressive lineup underscores the significance and international influence of this event. However, beneath the solemn surface, an undercurrent of tension lingers. The threats from the US of possible disruptive actions against North Korea and Ukraine hang like a dark cloud over the Red Square. Will this celebration live up to expectations as a solemn commemoration of history and a demonstration of peace, or will it unexpectedly become a new battlefield for great power rivalries? The future remains uncertain, evoking both anxiety and anticipation. Now, let's delve deep into each critical aspect of this global spectacle and explore the underlying logic and intense rivalries. Trump is set to hold a highly anticipated press conference in the Oval Office of the White House, a symbol of power and decision-making. Despite Trump and White House officials remaining tight-lipped about the content of the announcement, the relentless pursuit of the media has gradually unearthed the truth. Multiple clues point to the United Kingdom, an old, established power with intricate ties to the United States. The US-UK negotiations did not materialize overnight, but are rooted in a profound historical background and practical considerations. Historically, the special relationship between the US and the UK has been like an unbreakable bond since the era of Winston Churchill. Over the past 80 years since World War II, regardless of how the international situation has evolved, the two countries have maintained close cooperation in various fields, including politics, the economy, and military affairs. This relationship has become deeply ingrained in their diplomatic DNA, a factor that cannot be overlooked in their decision-making processes. From a practical perspective, the current British Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, has played a crucial role. Looking back at the recent political landscape in the UK, it has been a whirlwind of leadership changes. From David Cameron to Liz Truss, each Prime Minister has attempted to chart a course for the UK amidst the complex international situation, but few have achieved significant success. Liz Truss, in particular, with her brief tenure of just a few weeks, saw her policies in disarray and their implementation falter, plunging the UK into numerous difficulties. Keith Summer, however, emerged as a guiding light in the darkness. With his shrewd wisdom, masterful political acumen, and far-reaching strategies, he has demonstrated the style and depth of the UK as a former global power in handling relations with the US, Ukraine, and Russia. In his view, maintaining a good relationship with the US is the key to the UK's standing on the current international stage and an important means to maximise British interests. Both the US and the UK have clear and pressing objectives in these negotiations, and their interests in core industries clash sharply, like two forces going head-to-head. The US has long been grappling with the problem of trade deficits in international trade, with a significant outflow of wealth, which has left the US government deeply concerned. Therefore, in these negotiations, the US is eager to open up the British market and boost the export of its high-tech products and automobiles. The US high-tech industry boasts the world's top-notch technologies and innovative achievements, leading the way globally in areas such as software, semiconductors, and aerospace. Its automotive industry is also formidable, with numerous well-known brands enjoying large fan bases and significant market shares worldwide. The US hopes that through an agreement, it can carve out vast sales channels in the UK for these industries and thus reverse the trade deficit. The UK, for its part, is equally determined to secure more opportunities for its own advantageous industries. The UK's automotive industry has a long-standing history, featuring many high-end and luxury brands renowned for their exquisite craftsmanship and unique design styles, which stand out in the global automotive market. Its pharmaceutical industry is highly competitive, at the forefront of the world in biopharmaceuticals, medical research and development, and boasting numerous leading scientific research achievements and innovative drugs. In the field of electronic services, covering digital industries such as live streaming and e-commerce, the UK has witnessed rapid development in recent years, giving rise to a number of competitive enterprises. The UK hopes to break through the US trade barriers through negotiations and enable these industries to enter the US market smoothly, driving further economic growth. However, the reality is fraught with obstacles. To protect domestic enterprises, the US has imposed high tariffs on the UK's pharmaceutical industry, significantly increasing the cost of British pharmaceutical products entering the US market and severely weakening their competitiveness. In the automotive sector, the 25% tariff acts as an insurmountable barrier, eroding the price advantage of British cars in the US market and severely impacting their sales. Regarding electronic services, the US has adopted a highly restrictive stance. Once British-related industries gain a foothold in the US market, they would directly threaten the monopolistic positions and huge profits of American internet giants like Facebook and Amazon. Finding a balance amidst these intense conflicts and transforming the competitive relationship into a mutually acceptable and complementary cooperation is a monumental challenge for the US-UK negotiators. This not only tests their negotiation skills and wisdom, but also has a profound impact on the future economic development of the two countries. Moreover, the way this challenge is addressed will provide valuable lessons for future China-US meetings and discussions, given the numerous trade disputes and competitions between China and the US. The press conference at 10 p.m. tonight is undoubtedly a global event. It will not only reveal the final results of the US-UK negotiations, but also set the tone and provide a reference for the upcoming China-US meeting in Switzerland. However, considering the time, there's no need to stay up late. We will closely monitor the developments in real time and bring you detailed and in-depth analysis tomorrow. In the next 2 days, the 10th and 11th, China and the US will engage in crucial meetings in Switzerland. China has made it clear that these negotiations cannot be achieved overnight, and there will be no trading of other strategic interests. This means that the scope for negotiation is extremely limited, and every issue and clause will be subject to intense discussions and bargaining. The deal reached between the US and the UK will serve as an important reference for China to break the deadlock in these challenging negotiations. The Chinese negotiation team will seek inspiration and breakthroughs from it, striving to achieve positive results while safeguarding national interests. Shifting our focus back to tomorrow's Red Square parade in Moscow, although Russia has made thorough preparations to ensure the safety of leaders from all countries, and China has dispatched air defense, radar, and missile forces to cooperate closely with Russia, the threat of disruption from the US still looms large, casting an element of uncertainty over the entire event. There are two major suspenseful points that have captured global attention regarding this parade. First, will US Senator Marco Rubio make an appearance? Rubio is known for his tough foreign policy stances in the US political arena. If he attends, his words and actions could add more uncertainty to an already tense situation. Second, will North Korean Supreme Leader Kim Jong-un be present? His attendance might bring new hope for the easing of the situation on the Korean peninsula, or it could trigger a new round of confrontations between the US and North Korea. Regardless of the outcome, the resolution of these two suspenseful points will surely make headline news, attracting the attention of the global media and the public. In this ever-changing era, every fluctuation in the international situation has the potential to trigger a chain reaction. Trump's upcoming major announcement, the crucial China-US meeting, and the Grand Red Square parade in Moscow are intertwined and influence one another, jointly painting a magnificent yet unpredictable picture of the global situation. Tune into our program for in-depth insider analysis, empathetic insights, and authoritative commentary. We will accompany you through this global tempest, taking you to the heart of the global political and economic games and witnessing every significant moment in history. Share this with your friends who are interested in international affairs, and let's embrace this global spectacle together.